Every parent knows that kids have the wildest imaginations. She calls them Choco Men, a hamster with a choco chip cookie, Dicey, a fox with dice on his head, and Spritz, a cat with orange-like tummy. My daughter draws these amazing characters, but they usually just stay on her iPad. Today, I want to change that. I'm going to take these 3 drawings and turn them into real, physical toys using AI and 3D printing. I'll show you the entire workflow, from the prompt engineering to the final hand painting, so you can do this too. Step 1 is digitizing. I take a clear photo of the drawing. Now we need to turn this 2D sketch into a 3D style image. I'm using Gemini for this. The prompt is key here. I don't just say, make this 3D. I use prompts like a cute 3D render of a toy based on this drawing, soft lighting, clay texture, vibrant colors, white background. This gives the next tool a much better reference to work with. Now we take that AI image and bring it into MakerLab to generate the STL. This tool uses depth mapping to create the 3D geometry. It's not always perfect, so I play around with the smoothing settings to make sure the toy doesn't look too jagged. Once I'm happy with the mesh, I export the STL. In the slicer, orientation is everything. I tilt the models back slightly to keep the face clean of support marks. I'm using tree supports auto because they're easier to remove without damaging the small details like ears or hands. Select the 0.08mm or 0.12mm high-quality layer height for smoother prints. This will cost you more time, but who is in a hurry? It's time to print the toys, starting with the little Choco Men, Dicey to follow next, and Spritz at the last. Even with good settings, you'll have rough spots where the support's touched. I use a Dremel with a sanding drum on low speed. You don't want to melt the plastic, just smooth it out. This step is the difference between a cheap print and a professional toy. Plastic is slippery. Paint won't stick to it well without help. I use a filler primer. This not only helps adhesion, but also fills in those tiny layer lines. After the first coat dries, it looks okay, but it feels rough. I sand it down again with 400 grit sandpaper. Then I hit it with a second final coat of primer. Now they look like blank canvases. I like to work in batches. I paint the base color on the first model, and while that dries, I move to the second one. This keeps the momentum going. Tip: thin your paints with a little water. 2 thin coats are always better than 1 thick, gloppy coat. For the eyes, I use my smallest brush and hold my breath. This is what brings the character to life. It's been a long process. Printing, sanding, priming, and painting, but seeing them side by side with the drawings is worth it. And the best part? She loves them. If you have kids or just want to turn your own doodles into reality, give this workflow a try. The tools are easier than ever. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.